All right, hey, what's up? Hello, happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. But yeah, we kicked off Friday with a staff meeting, which went pretty well, and we kind of got more into the weeds of talking through orientation enrollment, what that would look like, and everything. And um, um, what's really great about Zoom is that, of course, it helps us stay connected and whatnot. But just the thing that it's really hard to try and like master and grasp is just like social cues and everything, and it's hard for me because like I'm the one that's running the agenda with like trying to type up minutes and everything while people are talking, and but then I'm also trying to be an active participant in the conversation, and I offered to be the one to type up the minutes only because I'm like the new kid on the block, so I just want to, it's helpful for me to stay active by like trying to record and summarize what I'm being told to make sure that one, I'm interpreting it properly, but two, just so that for me to learn, because I would just fear that if I wasn't listening notes on my own or whatever, then I wouldn't be capturing everything fully as I should. So even if I wasn't taking minutes, I'd probably be taking them on like my notepad or on my own computer with Microsoft OneNote or something. But yes, had a campus visit today, and it went super well. She seems super interested in the program and everything, um, and it's hard. It's hard as well. I mean, the good thing is that she had her video on, so that was really nice. But it's um, I feel bad because I feel like I'm just doing a lot of like talking. Only because if we were in person, I would try to make it more like conversational, but it's just really hard to do that on Zoom without it being awkward. I mean, you can definitely do it, but just without it being awkward, I haven't mastered that yet. So, work in progress, work in progress. But it went super well. I was supposed to have a total of 4 students, and I had 3, but the other students that signed up, they didn't check in at all for the welcome session, so they didn't attend anything. So I'm like, okay, well then, at least they didn't just skip education; they skipped the whole entire day. But hopefully they'll come back. Hopefully they'll come back. Schedule another follow up appointment. But I did that, and then it's funny. I posted a TikTok, and um, due to furloughs if they happen, like me having to not seem overqualified if I have to apply for another job, because like the movie theater's still not open, and so I still need income and everything and all that fun stuff. So uh, yeah, so I posted that on TikTok, and surprisingly enough, it was getting some pretty good reaction. For me to like post it at like close to midnight, to like the next day and everything. So I was pleased with that. So I'm not viral by any means, but that's not really my goal. My goal is not really to go viral. It's just to have fun, and if I'm having fun, like if it happens, then it happens. But if it's not, but then if it doesn't, like no big deal. No need to like sweat over it. So yeah. But what else I do? I went walking. I went walking for around like third. No, no, I actually did it on Thursday. I did that on Thursday before we had our Privy meeting, and which, by the way, that meeting went pretty well. We got a lot of good discussion in and whatnot. I got to a point too where I didn't call the previous question or anything to make us stop debate, but I just asked the group. I'm like, well, have we met the goal? Like, did we accomplish what we needed to? And like, as long story short, just due to the budgetary impacts, like due to COVID and everything else, and since enrollment's declining, typically if enrollment was declining, like prep fees just set off of the dollar amount, right? And so if enrollment declines, and sometimes prep fee has to increase for students so that the amount of money that's in the pot stays the same, right? Well, because of COVID and everything else in general, the Kansas Board of Regents or KBOR, they were pretty much telling us like, you can bring this to us that you want to increase per fee, but we're not going to say yes, sort of thing. So very much like, this is a very hard time for everyone, especially students. The last thing we want to do is raise prices for them to not even want to come to school then in general. And so because of that, what the plan then became was to change our legislation and change how we do our contracts, and basically build in there that if need be, we can pull from reserves, kind of like whenever we need to. But with that too, if need be, we can adjust the allocation of the dollar amounts from any priv fee entity to adjust it so that we can be financially stable. And that's basically what it was. And so, because of that, we were able to look through all these different entities that were receiving funding, and um, we had three people: Chair Brown, Speaker Bothwell, and President Whitmer. They already went through the document to like kind of, or they already went through the process of like combing out things and like what percentages to decrease it by and all this other stuff. And so then it was being brought to Privy for us to basically approve it, because if it's not approved by the committee, then I mean, technically, I think technically they still could have brought it to the Senate floor, but just since it deals with Privy, just that made the most sense for Privy to be part of that process, to like actually vote and approve it, just so that there weren't any implications later. And because if Privy didn't approve it, then when Privy goes into the process of looking over those different entities, Privy could easily just reverse what was already done the first time, even if Senate were to approve it, So this is more or less like a good gateway flow to progress to like the next step. But we got to the point though where we were asking a lot of good questions about a couple of the entities, but I thought it would warrant like that those conversations would be more warranted for when we actually review those entities like on cycle. And only because just due to the new unique process that we were in, to be able to decrease allocations because of like needing to stabilize the money and everything. I think there were just some new people on Privy that were getting too deep and wanting to go too far with it, and so that's why I kind of brought us back. Like, well, if we accomplish the goal, then we accomplish the goal. If Senate wants us to do more, then like that will come up in Senate itself. But we did our part, so some of these questions I think are definitely warranted from actually review the entity itself, and we may not be doing them all justice by speculating and everything, and just having this conversation here where again we've already gone ahead and cut where we can to like trim the fat, if you will. So anyway, that happened, but that was yesterday, Thursday. Friday, yes, Friday was a really good day. Yeah, was in some meetings, of course, after, like not including my campus visit, and yeah, pretty easy. I had dinner with my mom to celebrate some cool stuff. Ugh. I did with my mom to celebrate some cool stuff, and I'm actually gonna plan to post something, a picture of her and I on Sunday with Facebook with not necessarily an announcement. I mean, kind of is an announcement, but she won't post it herself. She's too modest to do that. So I will. I will post it for her. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Friday. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.